Alrighty, good evening ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. Let's check out this new, glorious, beautiful, awesome game that we're going to be casting today. I'm probably chalking it up a little bit too much, but whatever. It is going to be Mr. Deer up the top left side of the map. He is, on my other page, he is 20 years of age, from South Korea, plays for Samsung Galaxy. I don't know if anybody's actually seen him in real life, but is he as tall as he looks like he is in his profile picture? Because he looks really tall. He looks like he's like 6.5 feet tall or something like that. Just blah, huge. But anyway, maybe that's just his picture. And up the top right side of the map is Mr. ByuL. He is 22 years of age, from South Korea. Plays for the team CJ Enters. And does not look as tall as Deer does. He looks like he's a little bit short. He doesn't look like he's a short person, but like most people, he looks like he's shorter than Deer. So, yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a tiny bit shorter than the average person, maybe. I don't know, it's hard to tell from pictures. Some pictures anyway. So anyway, let's have a look at the game. We do have a Stalker and a Zealot, and the Zealot's like, wait for me, and the Mothership guy is like, you guys are dicks. You know, you knew I was coming, why did you just run off without me? And the Probe is like, oh man, this sucks. And I don't know what the Lings are thinking, because they're Zerg, and it's very, very hard to tell what Zerg are thinking, but they're probably thinking, yum, something like that. Anyway, well, one of them's not thinking yum anymore, he's thinking holy shit. Or whatever the Zerg equivalent of holy shit is, which I can't say I know too much about. Here we go. Very, very nice stuff coming in. Mr. Deer looking like he wants to do some stuff, but there are a bunch of Lings here, and there is a Queen, and that is bad news for everybody involved. So, third fast base for Mr. ByuL on the gold is going to pay dividends if he can keep it. But Deer is putting a lot of stuff up there. Oh, leaving the Zealot, and the Stalkers are running off to protect the pylon, which is an exercise in futility because they were never going to be able to save that thing. But there goes the reinforcements. I do believe he has gateway tech. Yes, he does. But what was he trying to do? A 4-gate or something like that? 3-gate. 3-gate off 2 bases. Just a little bit of pressure at the start, but no reinforcements anymore for poor Mr. Deer, and he is going to have to run because, yeah, those Lings are just too much, and Ling speed is about to hit. Not about to hit, but it's got a little while left, but yeah, ByuL pushing those guys away. He's feeling very happy about his position, and now he's going to build a crap ton of workers to further reinforce that position, and getting a Rotoran as well, which is awesome, and getting a Leia, and yeah, he's looking. Look at how many workers this guy is building. Although Deer, with his fast base, has got a ton of workers as well. I think ByuL was probably lacking workers quite a bit. He must have gone for a lot of fast Lings, well, a lot of Lings early on to try and get some pressure going, something like that. And then Deer was doing his own pressure, so it kind of ended up being like a pressure cooker over on Deer's side of the base, or ByuL's side of the base, sorry. But Force Field's trying to hold off here, doing a pretty good job. These sentries, man, there's a Ling and a sentry trapped in that little gap, and I think the Ling won in the end. I don't know if the sentry knew exactly what was happening there, but he kind of got owned. So yeah, ByuL looking pretty good, but he did have to catch up. I think he was low on workers for quite a while, and so that massive amount of workers he just built was more a catch-up move rather than a consolidate my awesome position by getting extremely awesome macro move. So yeah, roaches are coming out though, and we do have the third base at the gold. So Deer deciding that he needs to match fire with fire, or gold with gold in this case. I think he's given up any hope of destroying this base anytime in the next few minutes. So yeah, sort of sitting back, and ByuL going for 2 more bases, a macro hatch and a 4th base down the bottom side. So he's being very greedy at the moment, and is getting a ton of roaches, which yeah, will be interesting to see, because he's going to need a ton of them to go off against a Protoss player, because Stalkers are so good against that sort of thing, against roaches. And no doubt as soon as he sees the roaches, look at this, there's an observer right there seeing the roaches underground. It's like, haha, I see you. So the double pronged ByuL is planning into the main and into the gold third is going to run into a bit of difficulties now that it has been scouted. But Deer, still a little bit worried. And he's got a full gate up here though, with the force field and with the cannon. So the roaches are going to have a bit of trouble trying to get up in there. Did we actually have the roach underground movement? I don't think we did. No. But regardless, this is up right now. It's looking good. And it looks pretty well defended as well. A ton of cannons coming in there. So, yes. But ByuL is not going to be worried. He's going for mutas. And mutas just skip past all this crap and just go straight for the good stuff. And he's getting a 5th base. He's absolutely going ballistic on the bases. And I think his plan is just to keep Deer sort of on the back foot. Just keep him in his base. Keep the pressure on and go for as many expansions as he possibly can. The Phoenix is going to scout his 4th. Not even going to bother to scout the 5th. And that may have been very valuable information because, I mean, running a bunch of zealots into this base at any point in the game is going to be so easy. It's going to be incredibly easy to run zealots in there. But I think his goal is still the gold. He does have blink. And blink could do a lot of damage here if ByuL is not careful. So there we go. He's moving on to the creep right now. No detection, unfortunately. He does have some high ground, but no detection, so he can't take care of the creep, which is not good. And here we go. He's going to be putting a ton of force fields down, but the muta's coming straight in. And maybe they went a little bit too far because there are stalkers in there, and the mutas are starting to take some damage. And ByuL is falling back. This is the first time this game that he's actually been falling back. Deer is looking very, very awesome. He's got the Observer. He's got double Immortal. He's going to put himself in a bit of a flank position at this point. But he desperately wants to take out this base. And meanwhile, a bunch of mutas coming in here. The cannons are going to hold for a little while. But whether or not they can take out those mutas, I think they can. I think there's enough cannons there to... Oh, no. He took out those 2 cannons. That's all he needs to take out. Has not destroyed this base. They left a couple of zealots behind and sent the rest in there. Deer may be overstretching himself. I would have just taken out that gold base and just sort of said, yes, job well done. But he's going for the whole enchilada here. And I don't know if it's going to happen because a bunch of lings are going to whittle these forces away. And yes, it's just going to be bad news all over the place. But a whole bunch of workers dying here. He's 45 under 67, so he needs to do some incredible macro damage to make this happen. The muta's coming in, the lings coming in, and ByuL is starting to turn this around bit by bit. The combination of lings and mutas is enough to scare away most of those stalkers. The rest of them still trying to hold on, but there's just too many lings. Finally, they draw back, and a bunch of zealots coming in here as well. They are doing a fair amount of damage, but ByuL is pulling away his workers. Still keeping a ton of them alive, still losing a fair amount of them. So he has evened up the worker amount for a little bit. And look at all these workers underground, but of course the Observer can see them. Is he going to take out this base? He seems to be happy just taking out the workers at the moment. Really dropping down ByuL's worker numbers. So he is doing the damage that he needs to. And these stalkers now are going to have a great old time destroying that hatchery. Meanwhile, a bunch of zealots coming in the bottom side and doing quite a bit of damage there. If only Deer knew about this 5th base, he could destroy that. It would be so easy right now. That's sort of his ace in the hole. I seem to be pressing a random button, like I press Control Shift F or follow mode or something, and it turns off Ultra Zoom. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, oh, so much damage going into the mutas. Why are they hanging around for so long to destroy sentries and stalkers? Why? Oh, where's the sentry? Where's the sentry? The ling's going absolutely ballistic. This could be it right now. Deer was starting to look good, but this is going to be absolute chaos right here. He's warping in zealots in his main. He's moving the workers away from his natural. He's trying, but the mutas are in on his 3rd base. And I think Deer is just like, screw this, I'm going for a base race because that's the only way I'm going to win this. And he doesn't even know about the 5th base. So there we go. Workers down and they're still falling. And Deer moving in. Going to be attacking as much as he can. Takes out the Spire. I just don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. If he takes out the Spore Colony. Has he taken out the Spore Colony? No, he has not. It's right there. He needs to take out this thing because mutas are really what's going to kill him. So if he takes this out, he might be okay. There are still a bunch of lings. 24, but that's okay. He's got 20 stalkers, so he might be okay here. And a base race looking very, very scary at the moment. Mutas, I don't know. If he hits him with the lings and the mutas at the same time, I think ByuL could potentially take Deer out. But yeah, please tell me he's got an observer around here somewhere, because he needs to kill all those workers. I don't know if it really matters though. He's got no minerals at all, so killing all the hatcheries will be enough, but he's rebuilding everything over there. He's got a ton of spines, has Mr. ByuL, and just needs to mine as much as he can. Please tell me that he knows. He still doesn't know about this base. Still has no idea. So that's what's happening when I change this. I thought when I changed that, it changed the zoom. I don't know. Oh, the Stalker did a scout, saw what was going on. I think that Deer realizes he is done. He's got 19 Stalkers left. It's not enough to take out the mutas and the lings and all the spine crawlers. So he gives the GG. Very close, very nice game, but in the end, the scouting let him down. If he had scouted that base so much earlier, he could have done something about it. He could have kept it under control, could have made it part of his plans, but he just had no idea that base was there. And when clutch time came, when it all came down to base race time, the 5th base turned out to be his undoing. I mean, look at this. No buildings left anywhere. All the buildings gone at this base, at this base. That one was about to go down. That one was about to go down. It was a beautiful base race situation. And except for this base. As soon as he scouted this base, he's like, yeah, there's no hope. No hope at all. So we knew this base was there. Deer didn't. Deer thought he was probably going to make it happen. Deer thought, alright, I got to take this out, and I got to take this out, and then I win. And it's beautiful. And he was just going to make it because he still had these buildings up. He still had this building up. I think this one was about to be destroyed, and this one was about to... So it's going to be infinitely close as to who won, except for this base. If you ignore that base, it was going to be infinitely close. But anyway, game done, and ByuL takes the victory with a surprise 5th base in the base race situation. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this game. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. Stay tuned.